Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy Shide representing Synchronic Gaming. Today, we've got a fantastic Queen Charge Lalo guide for you guys done by Amir Khan of Synchronic himself. We're going to be showing you guys the ins and outs, the tips and tricks on how to do Queen Charge Lalo at TOWNHALL 16. If this is something you wish to learn, stay tuned, listen carefully, and let's jump right in to the video. So the first base that we gave Amir Khan to take down with Queen Charge Lalo is this ring base. But guys, before we get into the video, remember, like, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. If you're new around here, subscribe to the channel. We post daily content to help you guys get better, and as well showcasing the amazing wars from our amazing players across Clash of Clans, and as well soon to come Brawl Stars. But anyways, so this is a ring base that Synchronic did run in Worlds. So we're going to break it down and show you guys why Amir Khan does the things that he does in able to get maximum value from his queen. So right here we see we've got the queen over at the 6 o'clock side. We've also got this flame flinger that is coming in from 6 as well. Now you're going to wonder why he's sending his flame flinger directly into the mortar. Essentially it's because of the value it can gain from getting those two multi-archer towers, as well as the eagle artillery. We are in fact going to be dropping the king as well over at the 2 o'clock side, and the reason we're dropping the king there, as you can see, with wall broken at the 3 o'clock side, this gives the king accessibility to pick off this compartment, so this air defense cannot pick off our healers, which is going to be very important. And it also provides queen with the perfect pathing to go in and pick off this multi-inferno, as well as the ricochet cannon. So we get that early rage on the queen. Now this is something that you should keep a little bit of an eye on. He drops a Barbarian to tank for these mortar shots so that the flame flinger doesn't get attacked. Now he's going to do that relatively often. Every time the Barb dies, a new Barbarian comes down to make sure that that flame flinger remains safe. Beautiful timing. Mortar goes down, now there's no issue for that flinger. Here we go, poison tower on the queen. It is getting a little bit of damage, but the queen with the healers and the rage is doing really well at the moment. He does also have a jump spell, which you're going to be see incorporated in just a second. Now in the meantime, we have another wall break over at the 2 o'clock side. So what this essentially will do is allow this king to pick off these 3 defenses in the AD, the Expo, and the Wizard Tower, and then we're making a bit of a funnel to take down these 2 collectors at the 2 o'clock side, so the king can push on in and pick off these 2 mortars, but most importantly that single target Inferno, which will allow for the Lalo pathing to be so much easier. Now ricochet cannon is going to go down. We have got that jump spell for the queen. We rage up the queen right here as well, because there is going to be the royal champion that we're going to have to deal with, as well as the scatter and the opposing queen. We're going to pop that king ability because we know we need to push on forward and get down the single target Inferno as soon as possible. Now in the meantime guys, look at that flame flinger still doing tons and tons of work. Now with these ice golems actually going to that king, it's a little bit beneficial because it allows the queen now to pick up a ton more of this base. With this jump spell as well, we have accessibility to the town hall, the monolith, the back end scatter, as the flame flinger does work picking off as well this multi-archer tower. We're going to have that eagle artillery that can go down to that flinger as well. So tons and tons of value that you need to look out for, because the flame flinger is very underutilized in this meta, and with the fact of it being not utilized as much, not many people build against the flame flinger. So having that in your arsenal is going to be absolutely huge. Now look at this Lalo starting from the 1 to 2 o'clock side, which is going to essentially push the loons all the way over to this ricochet, the single, the Expo. So it's ideally like a straight line pushing on forward through the base, because the queen's going to pick off this town hall, so he can warden whenever he sees fit as well. He has that royal champion as well, but with the way that this base is looking, doesn't even look like he will actually have to use it. The Tesla farm, now this is something you need to remember. The Tesla farm did pop up, but because 50% of the base is down already, the Teslas won't essentially do much to the flame flinger, because the flinger will outrange them as well, which is absolutely perfect. Now look at this. We end up dropping these loons on top of these defenses to kind of take them down as the core bulk of loons pushes forward, and they can then redirect themselves on towards this scatter shot, which is a key component to Lalo pathing. Now you want to make sure you can path your Lalo to push in towards those defenses that can do the splash damage, you know, being the multi-archer towers as well as they target 3 loons at once, the scatter that can hit as many balloons, you know, in a pack as possible and can take them down really quickly. Normally as well, multi-target infernos are normally really dangerous, but on this base, we don't have that to deal with, as the top inferno is that single target inferno tower. So looking now, the queen still has that ability. We freeze the scatter, we use one of the raid spells, forcing all of these balloons in towards that scatter right there. Tornado did pull him away, but look at this, the base is absolutely gone. And he still has a raid spell remaining. He still has a royal champion, which he hasn't deployed. So this shows you guys the power of Queen Charge Lalo. If you know how to do it, if you look at the value for the bases, you can get the right queen charge, that flinger value, the king value that he got as well. You don't even need a royal champion at Town Hall 16, and things only get better as you continue watching the video. The second base we had a Amir Khan attack right here was an anti 2-star base essentially, because there's a wide array of bases that you see at Town Hall 16. It's mainly the ring bases, the box bases. You also see some anti 3, but it's mainly the ring and the box. But we wanted to give you guys a breakdown on every different base type, the ring, the box, and also the anti 3-star. So let's check out what Amir Khan is going to do here. So we see early, we drop that flinger and we find a skelly trap. So we end up dropping a wizard. Now skellies can do a ton of damage to flame flingers, so you have to keep that a little bit in mind. Again, there is that multi-targeting mortar. So we have got a couple of barbs that are going to be tanking. Like right here, it looks like the Tesla's attacking the flinger. It is not. It is hitting one of the archers that we deployed to tank for the flinger, which is really, really nice. Archer goes down, second archer comes in, and look at that. Now we have that flinger taking down that Tesla, which is absolutely perfect. King is going to be pushed into this eagle compartment. Now this is huge, huge value, because if you look at it, you've got the ricochet and the eagle. Eagle does tons of damage. So if you want to take down that eagle as quickly as possible with just sacrificing the king, essentially the king won't even die because there's not too much DPS, but the value that he gets in taking down that eagle artillery compartment, even taking down that king as well, which will allow the queen charge to be a little bit smoother running on through the base. Now the king goes directly into that ricochet cannon. Ricochet does so much damage to heroes, guys, so you need to be just a little bit wary right here. He used a couple of balloons for pathing to force his king in towards those two defenses that need to get down. Now in the meantime, we have the king, the queen that is going to be wall broken into this compartment. Now look at the pathing, right? So once the queen gets in here, we get the scatter, the expo, we get the multi-arch tower and the cannon. But in theory, it allows us to Lalo either into the town hall and finish on the scatter, or we can Lalo through the scatter and finish on the town hall. More likely we're going to finish on the scatter than the town hall, because the town hall poison can be a little bit scary at the back end. But if we go through it, we can use that warden healing tome, which is something that we are going to see utilized right here. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Raid spell on that queen. Now guys, remember, you want to maximize your raid spell, so you want to get the healers inside of that raid spell, but you want to also get your queen in, and you want to lead with your raid spells rather than dropping them behind, so that the queen can keep up the damage, the healers can keep up with the queen. Because if you can see right here, the healers are barely in range of the raid spell. Now you can check if they are, because of the shadows underneath of the healers, which will show you where the raid spell needs to be placed. So if you drop the raid spell a little bit in front of the queen, those healers get in. Now this maximizes the value of the raid spell, which is very important, pushing that queen forward, keeping her damage high, keeping maximum healing ability on her as well. Another thing we have to worry about is Coco Loons. We need to use them because the seeking air mines, which are the problem. But look at this double wall break right here, giving the queen accessibility to that single target inferno tower as well. Now the queen has free reign of all of this core, but in the meantime, we see that that single target inferno is going to be a little bit of a problem, and the reason being is those ice golems. So here what we see is a freeze in the single, and then we deploy our royal champion. So the royal champion is essentially going to assist with pathing of the Lalo, taking down this wizard tower, which kind of takes the attention off the loons, giving them minimum damage to push on through the base, and then taking out the single target inferno, because the queen is going to be preoccupied on top of those ice golems. Lalo coming in to take down as well that town hall. We find that tornado trap nice and early. It's an interesting location on this base, But again, look at this free spell value. We get the freeze on the Town Hall, we get the freeze on the single target Inferno. We want to make sure both of those buildings are frozen, and the reason being that Town Hall Beam does so much damage, so you want to negate as much damage as you possibly can on your Lalo. We have a ton of spells still remaining. Here come the Headhunters underneath the Loons. We rage aggressively, pushing the Loons forward over the Town Hall right here as well, which is absolutely incredible. The Flame Flinger managed to pick off that whole compartment from 3 to 2 o'clock, so the value from the Flame Flinger alone was absolutely exceptional as well. Again, base identification is absolutely key. If you can see those defenses can be picked off, definitely use a flinger, because in Clan War League, in regular wars, you don't need to worry about time. You just need to worry about getting those 3 stars, and these small little minor adjustments to your armies will definitely assist in you guys getting those 3 stars. Now we have full reign on the remainder of this base. Royal Champion's going to be able to pick off the Monolith. The Yetis that came out of the Flame Flinger are tanking for that scatter. The Mites are going to be able to take down that Ground Expo, which doesn't really affect the Lalo too much, but it's nice to, you know, remove those high HP buildings out of the way. And again, look at that, guys. He's swagging a Rage, a Haste, and an Invisibility spell because of the pathing, the charge from his Queen, the value from his King and Flinger. So if you just keep an eye out for them, you can definitely maximize your ability on getting those 3 stars. Okay guys, this is going to be the third attack as well. Look at this. It's like a kind of a box base. It's an anti 3 for sure, but it is one of those box bases you see essentially in Legends to try and negate people from getting those 3 stars. So we're going to have a Mia Khan coming on, and again utilizing the Flinger with the Queen Charge Lalo as well. He's been using the Flinger quite a lot because it adds so much value. Now we're charging early on here, and we drop the Queen in between the Pet House and the Gold Storage, which is because it allows the Queen to take damage from the Mortar as well as the Expo, which then will further allow this Flame Flinger to gain more value to keep these defenses off it, like when it gets a little bit closer. So that's going to definitely help with the Flame Flinger value. It is a little bit of extra damage on the Queen, but it's nothing that she cannot handle, especially with that Frozen Arrow, which is going to be pivotal to a lot of Queen Charge Lalo attacks for sure. That Frozen Arrow, look how slow that King is. But here we go, aggressive Rage on the Queen again. Now we're using the King right here for a little bit of a funnel to force the Queen inside that multi-target Inferno Tower compartment. You will be seeing the King used for a bit of a funnel a lot of the times, but you will also see the King as well used to take down a lot of DPS buildings, or maybe even suited in for a hero. Like at the moment we have to invis that Queen because we've got the double multi-targeting Archer Towers, which are very dangerous. The wall breakers are coming in. They're going to give the Queen full accessibility for the core. Now something is going to happen that's absolutely fantastic, right? Because the opposing Queen was on the inside of the base, he didn't jump on the outside to take care of the King. So we pop that Giant Gauntlet ability, and what it allows us to do is hit the Queen through the wall, and it also allows us to splash on that Ricochet to take it down. Now we are going to bring in the Royal Champion in from the 6 o'clock side, because if you look at the pathing for the Champion, we've got the AD, the Tesla, the Expo, and then this Builder Hut, and then the Scatter. And then it also has accessibility to pick off this multi-target Inferno, which in essence allows our Lalo to have a much cleaner pathing through the base. It'll ideally be like a straight line, and then you can pick off these outer laying Wizard Towers with a couple of balloons to keep the Lalo in check, and it doesn't have to bob in and out of the base, which is something that you need to keep in mind as well. Now we start our Lalo from the 9 o'clock side right here. A couple of balloons on the Wizard Towers as well to ensure that our loons push in. Now the reason we started our Lalo from the 9 o'clock side rather than up top here is because there's ideally this 3 buildings in the Builder, the Scar, and the Wizard Tower are gonna pull our loons away from the main pack, so you might see a horrible split. And also we have got the opposing enemy RC that we would have to worry about as well. But over on this side, we've got our Royal Champion that will be able to pick off the Scar and the multi, which will allow our pathing for the Lalo to be a lot smoother and a lot easier to progress through the remainder of the base as well. So there we have it, RC locking onto that Scar absolutely beautifully. Again, a free spell placed over to freeze the mono on the Town Hall. Warden ability was fantastic as well, because with that rage spell, it pushes these balloons in to pick off the Town Hall, and then this healing tome that we have remaining is going to keep these balloons alive throughout the Town Hall poison. Now keep in mind, guys, what I said earlier, these out exterior wizard towers that we picked them off with a couple of balloons because it is splash damage, but as well on top of splash damage, what it is, it allows those balloons to keep on pushing through the base to pick off the defenses that are more important, and it doesn't allow all of our balloons to split throughout the base. Again, we have a freeze, a haste, and a rage spell remaining. We've got the queen ability, RC ability is popped, it's going to pick off the scatter. There's hardly anything remaining. So again, if you guys follow these guides, you're going to see you're going to be swagging a lot of spells. You're going to potentially be swagging heroes. You're going to maybe even be swagging your siege machine or even your CC troops. But anyways, guys, hopefully this guide helped you guys. It was a lot of fun to make. If you guys do enjoy the guides, remember, drop a like, comment down below if you do enjoy them. It's been a pleasure making this guide for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been your boy representing Synchronic, and we're out. Peace.